Hey everybody, I'm back. I'm gonna do, this segment will be keeping it current with Teesha. This is volume 2, I think. I haven't done this in a while either, but I said I wanted to bring it back. So there's quite a few things that I do want to talk about. For starters, like it's stuff that's went on this week. Two of the main things that were current events in the news. The first one was the Germanwings pilot who basically intentionally crashed the plane. Now, I was only able to skim through some articles, but from what I was seeing on the news, it was 150 people on board. And what he did was the main pilot went to the bathroom for a bathroom break, and he locked the main pilot out of the cockpit. He reprogrammed the autopilot on the plane and intentionally crashed the plane because he was suicidal. Okay, so this is what kind of pisses me off about this. That's not suicide, that's murder-suicide. Because not only did you kill yourself, you killed 150 other people. Well, 149, not including himself. But what did those people have to do with you? Them people could be alive and well right now, but you wanted to commit suicide. And then the thing that pisses me off the most is that this is not labeled terrorism. But I mean, I don't know if race has anything to do with it. I don't know. But in my opinion, terrorism is when people are purposely trying to harm people, kill people, scare the ish out of them. So why is this not called a terrorist attack or something? Why is it just called him being suicidal? And they're saying that they went to his house to look for clues to see if he was mentally ill or whatever. And it's like, why is it that I'm going to just say it. Why is it that I love my white people, but certain ones, why is it that they get away with murder, all kinds of crimes, and then you go in their background and they labeled mentally ill? But if it's a black person, oh, they're a criminal, they got prior charges, you go through their background. If it's a Muslim, oh, he's a terrorist, he tried to bomb this place, that place before. Something don't sound right with that. So why is it that they get the mentally ill stamp and every other race gets criminal, terrorist? That's not fair. I don't get it. But whatever. Rest in peace to all the passengers, the crew on board, except for the co-pilot. I hope your ass burn in hell. Moving on. So the next thing that I was reading about, I didn't really know what to think. I'm just tired of hearing about stories like this. This Detroit mom named Michelle Blair killed, I think she had 4 kids. Yeah, she had 4 kids. She killed 2 of her kids and kept them in a deep freezer, I think, for 2 years. And I'm like, what? And then it's sad because I think her son name, I forgot her son name, but I know her daughter's name was Stoney, and they were 11 and 13. And then she had, I think, an older kid and a younger kid, and she had the older kid help put the kids in a deep freezer. What the hell? And the mother said that she killed them because they were sexually abusing one of the other kids. And it's like, really, lady? Really? So you go and kill your kid because your kid was harming your other kid. That's a little too extreme. And then you put them in the freezer. You put their body parts in the freezer. And then, according to certain autopsies, because they didn't really get much from it, but they were saying that the kids were tortured before they passed away. She was burning them with curling irons and all kinds of craziness. So, I mean, the story is still developing, but that is gruesome. I couldn't even imagine. And it's it pisses me off because there are so many women same-sex couples, all these people who are dying to have kids. And you have women like this who walking around killing kids like it's no problem. That pisses me off. So Michelle, Blair, I hope your ass gets locked up forever and a day. I hope you rot in prison. Rest in peace to her 2 kids. Moving on, because them 2 stories piss me off the most. The next one, I didn't even bother to watch the video. I just looked at the caption and just shook my head. Raven-Symone. I was with you when you said in your Oprah interview that you don't like to be labeled anything. I get that. I'm with you with that. You know, we do label everything. We always put stuff in a category, and then that's where the debate comes in, and it's a fight, it's an argument. I get that. But boo-boo, Africa itself is a continent. Sorry to inform you. Africa itself, it's a continent. There's not more than one continent in Africa. Maybe you meant cities, or maybe you meant countries. I don't know. But the whole of Africa is a continent. You just keep putting your foot in your mouth. Just be quiet. Matter of fact, why don't you go and bring back That's So Raven? How about that? We missed that. We still talk about that to this day. You were funny as hell on that show. How about you bring that back? Because some of the stuff you say, you sound ignorant as hell. And I be trying to be on your side, but you do some stuff where I'm just, you see I'm shaking my head? I'm shaking my head now. I know you probably ain't going to see this video, but I'm going to just put it out there. You just need to stop. Just stop talking. Stop talking. Because you sound stupid. And you got everybody on Facebook, Twitter, everything, clowning the hell out of you. Just be quiet. I think I get what you meant, but you worded it wrong. And then it's like, you kind of, I don't know. I kind of feel like you contradicted yourself a little bit, because in your last interview you were saying that you don't want to be labeled anything, you're just American. Now you're saying you're from every continent in Africa. Just do your research, pick up a book, go back to geography class, something. Just stop, just hush. I love you though, but hush. Don't talk no more, just stop. The next story I'm going to get into annoyed me, because this has been ongoing and it annoyed the hell out of me. Tamar Braxton Herbert. Yes, I said your whole government. You want to know why? Because I am sick of you pulling the bully victim card. I can't speak on behalf of what you went through in your school years or whatever, but I'm going to speak about now. So everybody knows that her and K.Michelle had this ongoing beef ever since Rashida and K.Michelle had beef from the first season of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. The first and second season, rather. So Tamar, for some reason, felt the need to comment on the situation. And she said that, she was telling Toya, who was Myth Hintz, who is K.Michelle's ex-boyfriend, let her sell her fairy tale. So, you know, K.Michelle is a little firecracker. She was like, well, I like Tony anyway. And, you know, the beef started because they would go back and forth. But a lot of times when I was reading their tweets and their reactions or whatever, Tamar would start a lot of the beef. Like the day that K.Michelle's album came out, she said something about a wig, basically saying that K.Michelle stole her wig. And then K.Michelle came back at her like, first of all, you shouldn't have said nothing. It was K.Michelle's album release day. You should have kept your mouth closed. You were immature for that. And then when K.Michelle started calling her a muppet, then she wanted to pull the, oh, you bullying me, No. Pause. Bullying is when somebody picks at you for no reason. When they pick at you because it's something in them that they don't like and they want to make you miserable. Basically, hurt people hurt people. K.Michelle wasn't bullying you. It was tit for tat to both of y'all. She called you a muppet. You talked about her. I don't remember what you said, but You talked about her, she talked about you. It was tit for tat, y'all were going back and forth. But what I will give K.Michelle kudos for is that K.Michelle apologized. K.Michelle tried to reach out to Tamar. K.Michelle congratulated Tamar. Tamar has yet to respond. So Tamar, cut the, excuse my language, shit. Cut it. Because she's not bullying you. Okay, she called you a muppet, and she got other people calling you a muppet. She can't control what the general audience says, but she has apologized to you. You have yet to apologize to her on a story that you don't know nothing about. Nobody knows what went on between Myth Hits and K.Michelle except them two. And I'm sorry, I know firsthand about abuse. Ain't no person gonna lie about being abused, and ain't no person gonna tell the same exact story on being abused. Don't nobody know what went on between them two but them. So you should have minded your business from the get-go. Stop with this victim stuff, because you sit up here and you say a lot of stuff, you run your mouth a lot, but you don't like to deal with the consequences that come after. You can't throw a rock and then hide your hand. That's not cool. So Tamar, you kind of pissed me off on that episode of The Real, crying about being bullied or whatever. Like I said, I can't speak on behalf of what happened to you when you were younger. Kids are evil, and some of them are raised by assholes. That's just the world that we live in. But as far as you being bullied now, you're not being bullied now because you need to accept responsibility for what you've done, what you have a problem doing. You started with her, she clapped back at you. That's how K.Michelle is. Don't start none, won't be none. I just had to get that off my chest because people annoy me when they sit up here and they talk about how they're bullied and they don't even know it's like they don't know the definition of being bullied. Like, case in point, Erica Mena too, talking about she bullied or she's talked about on this season of Love and Hip Hop New York. You ain't bullied. You've done people dirty too. Don't nobody know you and Chrissy's history, but according to Chrissy, you was one of her escorts. I mean, the way you act on the show, I could believe Chrissy's story. But that's neither here nor there, whatever. But people always want to throw the bully card. Ain't nobody bullying you. Keep your mouth shut. Learn how to mind your business. And Tamar, you should have mind your business. That's all. The last thing I want to talk about, I'm very upset about the MTA Fare hike. Okay, first of all, the service already sucks. Y'all want us to pay more money to ride the sucky train and the sucky bus. For what? Because it's supposedly going towards, improvements and repairments. Is repairment even a word? I feel like that's not a word. Repairs. y'all want us to believe that it's supposedly going to repairs and improvements with the MTA. I don't believe that because the service still sucks. It still sucks. Why should a person be waiting 30 minutes for a bus and a train to come? It's just ridiculous. And it's like, y'all constantly, from what I feel like, it's like y'all robbing the poor and just letting the rich get richer. That's how it feels. Like, middle class is struggling while the rich is just living it up on those good old tax dollars, those good old feel like it's annoying. And I'm like at the point where I'm like kind of over living in New York, but it's like everything that I got going on is based in New York, so it's just, I don't know, it's a headache. I mean, I guess I'll just deal, but I am working on getting a car this year, so, I mean, people like, well, gas is more expensive. I don't care. I would much rather be stuck in traffic in a car than stuck in a tunnel on a train or on a bus with a bunch of annoying people, so I'll deal. It's whatever. But, that's basically all I really want to talk about. I'm going to try and keep it up with the keeping it current. I don't really have anything to talk about as far as festivity rant. Nope, I do. So that'll be coming soon. I just wanted to do a vlog where I look presentable on camera. I haven't looked presentable all week, so I finally did something to my hair today. So I just wanted to jump on camera real quick and just talk about, what was going on. Once again, rest in peace to the 150 passengers on the Germanwings plane, and rest in peace to the 2 babies that were murdered by their mom. Sad story. But I'll be back in the next vlog. The next vlog will probably be If Loving You Is Wrong, like the premiere, the season 2 premiere that just happened. So see you guys. Thank you for watching. Oh my God, I'm bugging. Watching. Bye.